Welcome to Three Idiots Talk Sports. Welcome to Three Idiots Talk Sports. I'm Zach. I am here with Spencer and Jay. What's up, boys?
Hello.
Well, happy St. Patty's Day.
Yes, we are recording on the St. Patrick's Feast Day.
Hope all y'all, by this podcast comes out, hope y'all have recovered from your hangover and no DUIs. Okay, so I want to get into some news first before we talk about sports. Some sad news. As of this weekend, Life Fuels has said that they're not going to be making any more product. So I don't know what that means for our sponsorship with them.
I think I know what that means.
But until then, we are. I'm still gonna ride them out. I think these guys will definitely ride them out too.
So until they're officially done, you know.
I thought they were.
Did they pull everything already?
They pulled everything, or they said they're running. Once they run out, they're not making more.
Maybe it was once they run out, they're not making anymore.
Well,
I have to check Instagram again.
I'm going to Insta as we speak.
I do want to say thank you to Life Fuels. You guys have been amazing for us. You've pretty much brought everything that we have here today. We're sitting using everything, equipment.
I think it worked out good for us.
You know,
us, so.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. You guys have been amazing. Any other products you guys come up with, we would definitely love to help you be part of. So, from the Three Idiots hearts, we love you guys. Thank you. So, that's that.
Doesn't say after they sold out, just says they're bringing it to an end.
Okay.
So
I'm going
to go to their website and try to buy something.
use the code 3idiots, get 10%.
Oh, no, it's done.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah, if you pull up the website, it's just the post that's on Instagram.
Oh.
You can't do anything else, so yeah.
All right, well, Life Fuels is gone. They're gone. Dead. TED.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're done.
COVID hit them hard.
Yeah, so, COVID hit them hard, and it was funny because they actually did pretty well at Christmas time.
Oh, fantastic.
They couldn't get, they were all sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, we like Dip said, you know, we want to extend a, you know, great, a lot of gratitude to them for, you know, being the only sponsor of our podcast.
Our very first one. Yeah.
First one, the only real one, really.
Throwing some money back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did make them some money. So.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did.
I know they're not listening to this, but if they come up with something new to sell, we're here.
I just want to say thank Jeebus. We basically got like a 10-year supply of Life Fuel pods.
Yes.
Could you imagine buying?
I still have like a whole bag full of if any of our listeners need some now that you can't buy anymore,
hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up.
Message us because I still have like a whole plastic bag full.
Yeah, I've got all of mine in my jars in the kitchen.
So, could you imagine if you bought that Christmas present for somebody, and then
it only came with like the starters?
Yeah, and then a couple months later you couldn't buy
3 months
anymore.
later, like, man, I should probably buy some more, and then you're like, what?
It's the Instagram post.
Yeah, well, if you read some of the comments, I think some of them that did happen to them.
Dude, we should start like a black market, like eBay, and just sell these, like for like it's like a vitamin shop, but it's like black market. Say, all right, we're putting this on eBay. And we're going to sell them for like $80 a pod. Because wasn't it 30 for 3?
Yeah.
It's all right. So we'll do 3, but we'll do it for we'll triple the price, 90.
Oh, God. Come by our black market, www.3idiotsblackmarket.com. Nobody uses that. We can buy that domain.
You can find us on the dark web.
The dark web.
The dark web.
The dark web.
So thank you, Life Fuels. You guys have been amazing.
You guys have been awesome.
Yeah.
I actually was really bummed out. Like when Zach texted Jay and I and said we don't have a sponsorship anymore, I was kind of like, did they kick us? Like I thought I thought they just dumped us because, you know, like we weren't making any more money for them or whatever. Or we said something stupid in one of the podcasts, which happens a lot, but you know. And then he said, no, go to Insta, and I saw the post, and I was like, well, that kind of actually sucks even worse. But
yep.
You know.
So if anybody that listens to these videos and you know somebody that needs help getting a starting company off the ground or just a company in general, hit us up. We will gladly help you out, and we'll shout you out even if you don't like want to do partnership with us, we'll shout you out. We'll give the love because we're small. Life Fuels was small at the time when we hooked them up.
Basically, startup company with a startup podcast.
Exactly. That's what our boy Kevin said. He said we're a startup company. You guys are a startups podcast. You guys are actually getting good gain. You're gaining a lot of viewership, and we started selling them a lot, or they started getting a lot of money from our code. So and that led to the next phase, and the next phase would have been a sponsor or a
partnership.
Well, after that, what's like a giveaway?
Oh yeah,
but
they were going to give
hit,
us some stuff.
And, Christmas hit, and then this hit. So
I think we teased the giveaway like right around like Christmas time, right before that.
It was supposed to happen in January.
Because we were going to do it in January and do that whole thing, and then when we talked about the March Madness thing before we knew any of this, we were going to put try to get Life Fuels to throw some stuff in there, but
yeah.
I mean, we really, if you really want a Life Fuels T-shirt, I can give you one of mine.
I got 3 or 4 I don't use.
I got 3, and I'm too fat for them right now. So,
we'll give some Life Fuels shirts away. We'll also give.
I'm gonna get now that our stimmies hit. I'll get some shirts made for.
Can I just say something real quick?
Uh-oh.
Any person who calls it a stimmy should have to pay the money back, double it, because it's fucking.
It's a meme.
I don't give a shit.
Let me meme.
Is it bad that I call my children 1400?
No.
Just call me Stimmy Turner.
No.
Get out of the podcast.
If you call Stimmy, straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
All right, fine. Anyway, we got
chicken. Overcooked chicken, straight to jail.
Anybody who calls nuggets nuggies, straight to jail.
I gotta
Anybody who calls chocolate milk chalky milk, straight to jail.
I don't do that.
When you're depressed, you just pop another chalky milk.
Spencer's in jail. Spencer's going to jail.
I spend too much time on Twitter and Reddit
and TikTok.
Anybody who calls it Stimmy, chalky milk, or nuggies, we cannot be friends.
What about?
I call it nuggies. Is that okay if I don't call the other things?
It's close.
What about tendies?
Fine.
Okay, that works.
That's fine.
We found common ground, people.
we have found common ground with Jay.
Yeah. Everybody else.
If you talk like a 4-year-old, fuck off.
I just want my nuggies. No, I don't have any nuggies. What I do have is a particular set of skills.
Okay. Anyway, welcome to the pod.
Miss Piggy.
Welcome to the podcast.
We are something else.
We're 3 idiots that talk sports.
Oh my God.
See, we're very smart when it comes to the sports department, but we're just. Then Spencer and
it's
I.
about half and half.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine. That's why our name fits so perfectly.
It depends on what we're talking about.
That's true.
Like if you talk soccer, I'm like the.
Spencer's,
I'm in the corner with a dunce hat.
It's what's his name from Benchwarmers in outfield with the butterfly in his glove.
I'm just like I'm bewildered. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I know, but like in terms of like baseball, I'm good at baseball. We're all pretty good at football and basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm more of if we talk about tennis, I like tennis a lot. You like tennis too.
I do. Yeah, I love tennis. Yeah.
Jay's more of our hockey guy.
Yep.
I like hockey. I just don't pay attention to it as much.
Yeah, same. That's me right now. I'm doing more stuff. I'm doing other things than watching hockey right now. Playing fake hockey.
Fair.
Doing more fake hockey than I am watching real hockey.
I can't talk. I've been playing World of Warcraft, so.
Oof.
It's actually not.
We'll lose Spencer here eventually.
It's kind of fun.
Excuse me. Anyway, okay. Big sports day. Massive. Oh yeah, big sports week. Excuse me. Today marks the day where NFL players can officially sign to the teams they have selected.
Yep, the Stafford trade was official today.
Yes. Yep. So we're gonna get into that later in this podcast. But I think I'm also gonna expand this podcast and do another podcast as well. Because we have a ton of people to talk about. Questions up the butt to talk about, especially college basketball, where we are right now. Tomorrow starts the play-in games for the college basketball tournament. I'm so happy that it's March and we're here right now.
Fill in for me for 2 minutes.
Okay, that's not hard. I can talk. So, while Spencer leaves, we are going to talk about college basketball and NFL.
Free agent signings.
That's pretty much going to be today's podcast. So.
Probably been the busiest week and a half, or this week is probably the busiest week in sports. Okay. Free agency, the tampering period started Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
Like Dip said, free agents officially signed today. All the trades in the offseason official today.
Yep.
Like Dip said, the playing games start tomorrow. March Madness officially begins on Friday.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a nice week for
the best
us,
time of the year. For me.
It's definitely the best time of the year. I agree with that because and then the Selection Sunday happened.
Yep.
I sit and watch that.
On my break at work, I was watching all the teams in the brackets fill out.
Yep. It's fun because the thing we've been doing with my family for ever since I was able to physically pull a name out of a bowl, which was 5 years old. My dad always would write names on this sheet and cut them up.
That's actually, I love doing that. Powers used to do that, right?
Yep,
You had 4 teams.
Yep.
Yeah, that's always really cool.
Yeah, picking the names out of the cup or out of the bowl, man, and then you watch those teams play and you cheer for people you don't usually cheer for. This year, Jay, I got Gonzaga and Baylor. I picked them out of the fucking bowl, Gonzaga and Baylor.
You got the 2 front runners, so you're about to win some money.
Yeah, and I have a lot of East teams, so I don't
by far that Gonzaga has the easiest route to the Final Four.
I was looking at that because
ridiculous. They've already beaten 2 of the teams in their bracket.
Yeah,
I am not high in Gonzaga. I feel like if they were in Illinois or Michigan's bracket, I think they'd lose before the Final Four.
Like a Sweet 16, Elite 8.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Probably more Elite 8, but
because if the way the cookie crumbles, where say there's an upset or two, I just think Gonzaga runs those upset teams. I think they can run those upset teams easily, but I just think their path is super easy.
Yeah,
because I don't trust Oklahoma and Missouri.
So, since Spencer's not here and you are the resident Rams fan,
yes,
there was a move the Lions did last night.
Oh, they used them like a dirty tissue.
7th round pick in 2023 to grab defensive tackle Michael Brockers. Is it Bockers or Brockers? It's Brockers, right? Because there's an R, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Michael Brockers.
So the Rams the Rams universe on Twitter was going off on this. They're like, well, we couldn't sign him.
Yeah, what I saw from the one Rams reporter I follow on Twitter, she said he wasn't willing to take a restructured contract, so instead of cutting him, they called up Detroit, and Detroit's like, yeah, we'll part with the 7th for him.
And I'm okay with this because Rams are gonna start calling Detroit a lot because of who we have as GM.
It only works if it works out for both, though.
Exactly.
You do this if you're Detroit, it's not gonna fit your rebuilding schedule, but you've got a top 5 run stuffing defensive tackle in the league.
For a 7th round pick?
For a 7th round pick, 2 years down the line. 2 years down the road.
I'll throw it.
I
will throw it.
His stats are really, really good. Obviously, you can't go all by stats because he had Aaron Donald lining up next to him, eating double teams. But still, even before, I think he was drafted, a year before Donald, I think?
Yeah, he had a year under his belt.
Yeah. His whole career has been really, really good.
Right.
A solid player, which in Detroit, especially at D tackle, you don't really have anybody. You just cut Danny Shelton or Nick Williams? Danny Shelton, right?
Yeah. Nick Williams stayed.
Right. So you just cut one of your defensive tackles.
Yeah. Picked
up a really good veteran player. They're saying he's a big culture guy, so think
he's a hell of a player.
Win-win for both teams.
Yeah,
the Rams get some more cap, and Detroit gets a valuable.
What's good for Rams is they're chipping away slowly at that cap, because actually getting rid of Goff helped them like tremendously in that cap.
But they basically had to pay it all the way back with Stafford.
Right,
Not as
Stafford's
much,
contract, right? Because he has a couple years left, right? What was his contract looking like?
2
years?
3.
Right. So instead of, I guess what I like about it is that you have 2 instead of you had 4 with Goff.
Yeah, but
your fourth year was a player.
But you can really
team option.
But really, with Goff, you can cut him after 2 years.
Right. And I think that's what they were gonna do.
That's why the Lions haven't restructured his contract to free up more money.
Yeah,
is because they would lose all that money they would save if they cut him in 2 years.
Right. That would make the cap hit more hit bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
In those last 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, so I was wondering that through the week because when everybody's like, "Yeah, we're gonna restructure this guy's contract, we're gonna do this," I'm like, I wonder what would happen if we looked at Goff's and try to help and try to fix it.
You could definitely save a lot more money this year, but like I said, down the road,
it could hurt.
Yeah, especially if he doesn't turn out the player we want him to be. Yeah, it's gonna hurt down the line, and you would rather suffer this year than down the line.
Yeah, for sure. That's true. I just trying to think about that.
But yeah, the Rams pick up. I don't know how much money he cost. Do you?
I don't think it was. It was a lot. It was a decent chunk. I don't have my phone because my phone's being used over there. I
think the Lions would have ate a big contract.
It was like, I think it's at least $6 million.
Oh yeah,
that's not. I mean, that's nice for the Lions. I think, because I think it's a great ad. You bring him in, you bring in some young guys, be like, listen, this guy was next to Aaron Donald, one of the best fucking D-line ever to play the game right now, and you learn from him, and he will show you, and he still did good, even when Donald, I saw a stat when Donald was off the field, he would bring in more double teams. Yeah. Because he was still as
in the
potent.
Last 3 seasons, he led all defensive tackles. Hold on, because this stat wasn't exactly where I was going with it.
Yeah,
he led all defensive tackles in the run game.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was 4th in tackles for losses.
Big run stuffer. Yeah, like you said. Yeah.
He can get you 4 or 5 sacks, but he's not going to be a top sack guy for sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry, 7th round pick for him. That's
in 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years, that's a win. That's a win. That's a win-win.
No brainer. Glad Detroit did it. I think it helps out both teams.
It was the article that says Lions used Rams again. And that was the article head because
once again the Rams were desperate. This time it was to free up cap.
Yep.
And it's a player Brad Holmes knows very well, so he sprung it.
Yep. Exactly. I'm pretty sure he drafted him. So why not? Why not bring him on?
Yeah. Have the Rams signed anybody yet?
No. They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything like that has been
your big move was Stafford.
Yes. You're gonna lose what's his name, the safety.
You already lost him.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's going to the Browns.
Yeah, which was shocking.
A lot of people thought he was a favorite to land in Detroit, especially Rams and Detroit writers. Yeah. But Cleveland gave him a $13 million a year offer, and
that's what Cleveland needed too.
That's one of what they needed. Yeah,
Cleveland needed a safety to help that secondary out because they were struggling. But good for him. He got that bag. A lot of people got their bag, man.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones got his bag.
Yeah,
I'm happy that he got his bag.
I don't remember if I said he was staying in Green Bay. I know I said
you guys said he was gonna leave. You guys didn't think because you guys said no franchise tag.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't stay.
I know. I
saw something.
I know. I still said I thought Green Bay was still the best fit.
Right.
I did think he was gone.
Yeah.
Obviously, he stays with Green Bay, $13 million a season, I believe.
And it's 13 million. Yep. Some people were saying that it's actually a deal for Green Bay. Like this was. Oh yeah. They saved a shit ton of money.
They probably could, but problem is, we said Arizona was a good fit. They didn't have enough money to pay him that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I think in a non-COVID market, he would have made more.
Oh yeah, he definitely would have made more for sure. For sure, that's true. That COVID market is killing a lot of things, a lot of the players' money. But he was the best running back available, clearly. on that market. So why not make sure he comes back and stays his rest of his career? Because like Hunter said last week.
I think it's only a 3 or 4 year deal, right?
Oh yeah, true. I mean, he's 28 now.
Oh, I thought he was like 27,
28.
Yeah.
So
it'll be his last
31,
big payday.
32.
It'll be his last big payday, but if he doesn't stay with Green Bay after this contract's up, he'll still get a job somewhere else.
Oh, for sure. Speaking of Green Bay running backs, Jamal Williams.
Yep, signed with the Lions.
That's crazy. I like it's a great addition.
Yeah, 7.5 over 2 years.
Yep.
But I think this year it's only like 1.7 or 1.4 towards the cap.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a 2-year deal where this year's very team friendly.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine signing. He's a good running back. He's a good do-it-all running back.
Right.
Obviously, he spent 4 years in Green Bay, and he was very reliable all 4 years.
He's a great pass back. I love he's a pass down back. I like that. And that's what Goff likes, those kind of guys.
Yeah. It'll take pressure off Swift.
Yep.
Gives
you worried
more
about Carry-On?
No, because I think Carry-On, he'll be your main pass blocking back. I think you can fit all three in pretty well, depending on what their role is. You can use Jamal Williams however you want.
Right. Is he more your third down, long range?
Jamal Williams is probably your third down back.
Yeah.
Carry-On's probably your passing down back.
Okay.
And DeAndre Swift probably is your complete back.
Majority of carries too.
But I think Carry-On's going to get more carries than 3 a game when he was having under Patricia. I think you'll at least 7 a game. Maybe you give Jamal Williams 5, unless one of them has a hot hand, then you ride that. And then Swift has the rest.
So a quick fancy question about running backs. Do you stay away from Detroit running backs?
Yes, because all three can do everything, and we don't really specifically know the roles right now.
Right.
So yeah, I would stay away from them.
Yeah, awesome. But great. Other than the fantasy, I know that will come soon. But for a Lions fan, that was a great addition. I think just a great
one of those midnight signings that happened last night.
Yeah,
with Rockers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good addition to the team. Just a nice little money deal there, or cheap. And he's a reliable guy. I mean, when Aaron was out for a couple weeks, Jamal Williams was the guy, and he was tearing it up.
Yeah.
So
obviously, with what's his first name? Dillon, the guy they just drafted.
Oh, yep, AJ Dillon.
Obviously, that makes a guy like Jamal Williams expendable. So
right.
Here we are.
And it's gonna be crazy to see if Dillon if Dillon does what he was doing decent in the last season. So that's a hell of a two-headed monster to have in Green Bay too. But yeah, good for the Lions are making moves, doing things, big things.
Yep.
So
re-signed Romeo Quara.
I think that was a must.
I was surprised he was back. I thought he would get more money on the open market.
You think he think he's in on the new change?
I think he likes the new coach. I think he likes playing with his brother.
Okay. Oh, that helps. Yeah.
This deal was really smart because I think it was $5 million less than throwing the franchise tag on him.
Oof. I always like to see that.
I think it's only a 4-year deal,
yep.
So he can still get another big payday.
He's young. He's like what, 20?
24, 25, I think.
Yeah. So he'll be 29, 30-ish.
Yeah,
around
he's one of those homegrown players you love to keep around.
Yeah, for sure.
Your best pass rusher. I think we talked last podcast about how good he was.
Is he your best player on defense?
Probably.
Okay.
You could say him or Trey Flowers.
Yeah. For
a team that gets no pressure, Aquara was a must.
It was a must because
big time playmaker, especially on third down. Trey Flowers, you hope he's healthy, can give you something next to him.
So we have three reliable guys on the defensive line.
Also,
do you draft a defensive lineman?
I think you're gonna have to draft. I would want another defensive lineman in the first 3 rounds.
Okay.
Another re-signing that happened Monday. Aquara happened Monday. Another re-signing was Jalen Reeves-Maben, the linebacker.
Oh yeah.
Didn't get any playing time on defense with Patricia because he wasn't a run-stuffing linebacker. He's more athletic. Yeah. He was a big-time special teamer for us, though. Glad to see him. Glad to see him back. Yeah, him and Miles Killebrew. I want Miles Killebrew back because he's another great special teamer. Yeah. But Reeves-Maben, he might get a look at by Dan Campbell because they're playing a more of a athletic, want linebackers who can pass, who can defend in the passing game. So he might get a look. You got to throw everybody on your team, hoping they get a look. You don't really have a choice of like, oh, this guy can't do that without knowing. You got to throw everybody out there. So yeah, that was another good signing or re-signing. Yeah. Obviously, then there was the two signings before free agency started on Monday. You had Terrell Williams, which we've known about for a while. He's right now your number one receiver, deep play guy, all that. It's done pretty well. Did really well when he was with the Chargers. He was their number one. Didn't do too great as a number one, but he's not one. So, Spencer, quick rapid fire break down the Lions transactions since we already did it.
Okay.
No, go.
Oh, me?
Yeah, that's Spencer.
Okay. So, who we sent over?
Just break all of them down because we've talked about all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's your opinion on all of them? Well, Dip's gone.
So I already said Josh Hill, and then the Michael Brockers trade. I mean, that's a good trade. It's a 7th round pick for a decent defensive lineman. Romeo Okwara extension, good move.
So to throw out a stat, I just talked with Dip, just so you hear it. Mm-hmm. Since 2017, I don't even have to put my mic up. We've all heard this. Since 2017, Brockers has the number one out of any defensive tackle. He's had the most tackles in the run game out of any D tackle.
I think I did. Was that the graphic with like snacks and stuff on it?
No, I don't think it's comparing anybody else. I think it was just showing
just
his
the stat. Okay, yeah,
I might have shared it. I
saw a different graphic, but it was a similar stat. But yeah, no, I like that. That's definitely something to look at.
I think he was top 5 in tackles for loss for defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. I think he's also like top 10 in like pressure rate too.
Interesting.
I mean, obviously, like I told Dip, and as it's obvious, he's played next to Aaron Donald, who takes all the double teams in the world. So.
Right.
Spencer, did you hear me?
Who signed what?
New Lions signing, backup quarterback, Tim Boyle from Green Bay.
You gotta tell us all the secrets.
I don't know shit about Tim Boyle.
I know he's from Green Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're breaking back in. Because I had to take a phone call.
Power of editing.
True. So what did we do? We did Josh Hill, Michael Brockers.
Yep.
Romeo Okwara extension. Love it. It was $5 million less than I think the franchise tag, and he wanted to be here to play with his brother, so that was good. Who else have we signed?
Jalen Reeves-Maben we went over.
Yeah, I think that's a good 1-year deal for him to extend him. Maybe see how he fits into the new defense. They also signed Jamal Williams. I think
about that. Dip really likes the signing. I think it's a good one as well.
I think it's a good depth signing, for sure. I mean, I don't know. Is Carrion still on the team next year, right?
Yes.
So you still have Carrion, you still have Swift as your one, and you can just let Jamal Williams and Carrion split the number 2 touches. Yeah, no, I like it. It's cheap. He's what was it, 2 years, $7.5 million?
Yeah, Jay said something like, what, 1 point? It was like it's over
1.4 or 1.7 against the cap this year.
Yeah, so like it's a very team friendly.
Yeah, very team friendly. You knew it wasn't going to cost a lot. He's not going to, he's not Aaron Jones or anything.
Right.
No, I do. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good signing.
All right, so let's go into the mega free agent signings and a retirement that we've seen coming from basically half of the season.
Yeah,
everybody knew. Goodbye to Drew Brees.
Drew Brees has been a huge. I mean, we've watched him go from the then San Diego Chargers and tear it up there, and then go over to New Orleans Saints and just tear it up there.
The Dolphins' biggest mistake in their history.
And the Dolphins' massive mistake in their history.
I heard someone talking about how the Lions reached out and had him work out for him, and then they just said, "No, we don't trust the injury," just like the Dolphins did. But I don't know how valid that was.
Well, I bet you everybody
probably think so,
did
because I think this story would have been reported way more than just now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Detroit media would have eaten that up for 5 years if that actually happened.
That's not good.
What?
ACC Player of the Year Moses Wright is out for Georgia Tech against Loyola Chicago.
Well, I'm glad I picked Loyola for majority of my brackets.
I had Georgia Tech, so time to go in and switch that.
Yeah. I was going to pick Georgia Tech, but as much as I love rooting for them, they're just too sloppy. We'll get into that. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, yeah, so big signing. Spencer, can you pull it up on your phone? I don't have my...
let's just start with the big ones. Like, we'll just start with the one team that made the biggest splash.
Oh my God.
Billy Belichick.
Also, just real quick, the Bucks re-signed everybody, which we didn't think was going to happen, but
that's
it did.
True. The money came somewhere.
Brady. What do you call that?
He negotiated his contract. He got another 4 years.
Yeah.
He extended, but he also adjusted the salary cap for this year. Mike Evans, I do also believe...
he came out and fixed it as well.
They signed everybody besides Leonard Fournette. I should say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody kind of knew that he was going to be gone just because he's probably going to command probably $5 or $6 million a year, and they don't have the money to pay him, especially when you have a guy like Ronald Jones.
It's tearing it up,
and
right?
And there's other guys out there that want to come to Tampa. Yeah. Just like AP was on Pat McAfee's show and said, "Yeah, I'd love to go to Tampa." He goes, if it's the right situation, and he goes, "You want to pay me?" He goes, "All right, cool." Mm-hmm. He's only going to cost you probably $2 million.
Yeah, that'd be a nice backup for Ronald.
Yeah,
I just want to see AP still play. I mean, now he's old and dirt, but anyway. But yeah,
he's gonna be ring chasing now.
Yeah, but the Bucks, man, they signed everybody. We didn't think they'd do it.
Yeah,
they did it.
It was funny because everyone thought, they'll tag was it Shaq Barrett?
Right.
Well, no, we're gonna sign Levante David. We're gonna tag Godwin, and then we're gonna extend Shaq Barrett.
Like I said, still don't understand the tagging of Godwin.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's
to make one more run. I get it, but
yeah, I think it's just to keep the band together for another year. So, T Brady over there wants to win his 8th.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Man.
The man he's a machine.
He's not gonna retire.
He's not a real human. I don't know what to tell you. It's
we were talking about everybody that signed everybody. The Patriots.
Yeah, Bill Belichick. Probably. It really seems like. I mean, it's probably not what he's thinking, but you don't want to be the loser of this divorce.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't really like the Cam Newton signing. I mean, I guess you kind of have to.
There's nobody else.
Well, I mean, he knows.
Until the draft,
he pretty much knows the offense. You're probably going to draft somebody. I mean,
you got
all the
700 picks,
signings so far point to him drafting a QB or moving up to draft a QB.
Well, he's going to have to move up because there's no quarterback left to draft where they're picking.
Right.
So
you might get like Mac Jones.
Okay, you're not going to build your team around Mac Jones.
I mean, he could be a serviceable pro.
Not as long.
Spencer, shut up. You don't go out and spend over $200 million in free agency for a serviceable pro.
That's true.
And that's not the Bill Belichick way.
Yeah. I mean, but do you believe, even with all the signings, do you think Cam Newton's going to get him to the playoffs?
No.
I think they can compete. I mean, you guys got to remember, the first 5 games, they were looking like a playoff team.
They play well.
Yeah.
Until COVID hit Cam Newton and the wheels fell off.
And he stopped the dead halt.
And then Edelman got hurt and the safety blanket was gone.
Right.
So, I mean, I still think they need another receiver. I mean, I know they signed Nelson Aguilar, which is fine. He's an
Philly fans about Nelson Aguilar.
We know Jay's
hey man, he had a good year in Oakland, like 800 yards and like 8 touchdowns. So I'll give him credit. He had a bounce back year, but I don't know, man. It's Bill Belichick, man. He just seems like he really wants. Obviously, it's going to piss him off losing because he's not used to it. And then you get all the chatter of, oh well, Brady. Obviously, it was Brady. It was just Brady. It was no Belichick.
That's pissing Belichick right off.
But
it's not true.
It's not. If you look at that Patriots team from this past season, if Belichick's not their coach, they probably win 2 games.
Yeah.
The fact that they won 6 is kind of insane to me because that team was terrible.
Pause this.
Top free agents. I can't pause. I don't have TiVo.
Hunter Henry to the Patriots. That right there, Hunter Henry to the Patriots. That was what I think
after signing Jonnu Smith.
Yeah. Which is, I love it because I love the two tight end.
My favorite signing is still Matthew Judon. He's really good in Baltimore. I think he'll be really good in New England.
I think Bill paid up for him a little bit too. I don't think he was expecting to get that big of money.
That's the one player you should have paid up for.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to get the top pass rushers like Shaquille Barrett, Romeo Okwara, Ngakoue, or wasn't there another one? Maybe not. I know Clowney, but I don't think he's considered a top one.
No, not anymore.
Who's the guy from the Bengals? D lineman, really good. Oh, he signed with Fudge Muffins. He signed with the Fudge Muffins.
You are officially signed. Why are you looking that up? Hunter, I want to go back to the Hunter Henry thing real quick. That's gonna give Cam Newton a massive help in the red zone. I mean, he's literally one of the best tight ends in the game in the red zone. That was his touchdown. His touchdowns were just built from the red zone with Phillip Rivers and Herbert. Sorry, Herbert as well. But good for you, Hunter. I think you're gonna succeed well in that team. On the defense, they have a ton of draft picks, so why not just make your team better? So we know how in depth that Patriots go into for the draft. So, but
Carl Lawson.
Oh yeah,
he was probably one of the top 5 D linemen on the market this offseason. Went to the Jets.
Ooh, nice.
And then the Bengals subsequently replaced him with Trey Hendrickson, pretty good pass rusher from the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So
Patrick Peterson went to the Vikings. You scared?
No.
Not really, no.
Even we don't have a fucking receiver to throw the ball to?
The Lions are going to be bad.
All right. So we're already like, we're going to be bad, so we don't care?
I'm at peace with the fact they might lose 15 games.
Okay, cool.
I don't think it'll be 15.
No, I'd
say 12.
I think they're probably a 3-13, 4-12 team. I mean, there's just so many holes to fill, and, just...
It's a little time.
But you don't know what you're going to get out of Goff, especially with so many question marks at the receiver position.
But it helps that you have a steady O-line and a steady run game.
Yes, for sure.
And that's what Goff succeeded under. He had a great line and a great running
Can
game.
the defense give you anything?
Yeah. But then who else the Patriots sign? Oh, they got Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, the 2 top tight ends on the market.
Yeah, we were talking about
crazy.
That. Yeah, that's insane because you thought, they'll go get one. Hunter Henry, everybody knew they were going to make a run at, but then they signed Jonnu Smith to that $50 million deal.
Jonnu Smith was the first one.
Yeah. But I mean, like, before the signings happened, everyone was like, oh yeah, they're going to get Henry. They're going to go after Henry. Bill Belichick loves Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Well, then they signed Jonnu Smith, and you're like, weird, but okay. And then 2 days later, or the next day, he's like, oh hey, we got them both. And I was like, it's big money too. Like, they're getting, like, I think Hunter Henry's getting like $13 million a year, or close to 13. And then Jonnu got, how many years was his deal? 4 years?
Something. It was like 50.
I think it was 4 at 50.
Yeah.
So he's getting another It's like 12 and a half.
12 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it's 24 million in just tight ends. But
yeah,
look at some of the best teams he's had. You've had 2 tight ends.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's he wants to go with. So that's why I think Cameron. That's why I think Cameron
Newton.
Yeah, Cameron Newton. I think Cam will succeed.
Yep.
What did Cam succeed in with when he was in Carolina? Greg Olsen.
I mean, he had Greg Olsen. Did he have Steve Smith?
He had Steve Smith. Yeah, for a little bit. So I mean, it's where did oh no, he went to the Cardinals anyway. But yeah, I mean, you get a receiver in the draft. I think you get a couple of receivers in the draft, or one.
That's another deep receiver draft too.
Exactly. So you're gonna be just fine.
You can first round. You can go get your quarterback. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Maybe if he doesn't trade up for a QB, he goes O-line because they lost a couple guys.
Right.
I mean, you lost what was it? David Andrews, one of the better centers in the league, and you lost Joe Tooney, who is probably a top 3 guard.
Holy crap, he got paid too. Yeah, so that's true. I mean,
with all the good signings they made, and then they got Kyle Van Noy back. The Patriots did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're going to be back in position to be maybe an 8 to 10 win team. Yeah, they're a wild card team. Will they outplay the Bills and beat them for the division again? No, the Bills are returning. I think all but one starter.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe.
Yep.
So the Bills found a way to re-sign Matt Milano. I don't know how they did it, but they did it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then, but on the flip side, they lost David Andrews. He's a free agent. He hasn't signed yet. And then Joe Tooney went out and got $16 million a year from the Chiefs
after they cut 2 of their.
Yep. And
2 of their boys.
Speaking of the Chiefs, like, great signing job, but with the Joe Tooney signing, love it. He can play center and he can play guard, and he can play them both at an elite level.
Right.
And then they went out today and got Kyle Long to come out of retirement, signed him to a 1-year deal for $5 million. Former Bears Pro Bowl guard.
That's crazy.
So if he can come back and be in football shape and be healthy, that's a good signing. It's really good.
Yeah.
So I mean, you still have question marks at both tackles, but your center and your guards are good. Like you have a really good interior line for the Chiefs. First round picks, you can almost guarantee they're going to be going with a lineman, unless something crazy happens and there's somebody there that they just love.
Yeah.
But I see him taking a tackle. Maybe they go sign like, I'm trying to think of like a Tyrell Crosby type tackle in free agency. Somebody's going to cost you $6-7 million, not a lot, and you plug and play him for a year or two. And yeah, no, I like what the Chiefs have done. I mean, they're going to be in cap hell in a couple starting
years,
next year.
Yeah.
So like this year is like I think
they fixed Mahomes' contract too.
Yes, they did. They redid Mahomes' contract.
Yeah.
But I still think with all the contracts they have, I think starting next year, they're going to be close to like Saints territory where they're going to be exceeding the cap by a ton.
And the cap went down.
It'll be going up maybe $15 million next year.
Yep.
Oh, will it go up?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Because it went down from, what was it, 192 last year to 185 this year?
Something like that, yeah.
And that was because of the COVID.
Right.
But yeah, that'll probably go back up to 195. And then I think the NFL is they're getting all that TV money coming up in a couple of years too.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be like a billions of dollars worth of money. So
that will help.
That'll probably raise it up over 200 at least, and maybe like 215, 220. But, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. There's been a lot of stuff going down, man. Chiefs made moves. Patriots made moves. Jaguars have signed a few guys.
So they have, yeah.
Just in my bracket, I've got Michigan playing Illinois in the national championship game.
Is that your like main one?
Yes.
You're cheeky.
Cheeky. It could happen.
Just how it fell. We'll get into this in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna do full breakdown.
Yeah, full breakdown, like massive breakdown. Anybody else that that you would think about that's gonna be impactful? The Jets made some moves.
Jags made a few moves.
Yeah,
I really like the Jags offseason so far.
Marvin Jones, Malcolm Brown,
Jamal Agnew.
We saw that Marvin Jones
way overpaid for Jamal Agnew, by the way.
Yeah,
I think they must have a plan for him. Daryl Bevell must have been like told Urban, "Hey, you got to get this guy." So they must be like,
3 years, $7 million a year for a guy who's been a returner with a little bit of spark on offense.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's that one perplexed me a little bit, but he's still,
it makes no sense.
I mean, he's what, 25, 26? He's fairly young-ish. I mean, and in that offense too, they're going to have Trevor. So you have Marvin Jones, you're going to have Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, Agnew's going to be your return specialist / gadget player.
Yeah,
we'll go gadget, Wildcat stuff, maybe screens and like sweeps and jet sweeps.
You've now climbed up to third in your division. Congratulations.
But can Lawrence have enough time protection to get the ball out of his hand?
Well, they tagged what's his name, their tackle.
Yeah.
So that's good to to keep them in their line. Honestly, their offensive line, I don't think is terrible. I think they're
except when they played Detroit and they were awful.
Yeah, that was bad. But
he got ripped up by one of the worst defensive lines in the league.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they're great. So like watching them last year, I didn't watch a lot of the Jags, but what I did see, pass blocking not great. Obviously, I didn't really have a quarterback either. But that doesn't help.
Minshew, right?
You don't. When you have a quarterback who doesn't know how to get rid of the ball, it doesn't help you.
Exactly.
So I don't think their offensive line's as bad as everybody thinks they are. Obviously, they were good enough to have James Robinson almost win Rookie of the Year. He was in the top 5 at least. And nobody was going to beat Herbert, but still.
Yeah.
Or if
that's good to see they have running back.
Or if why can't I think of his name? Joe Burrows.
Yeah,
or if he would have stayed healthy.
I mean, even if Joe Burrow stays healthy, it might be Herbert might beat him out.
Well, I was talking about James Robinson.
Oh yeah, James Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good year, but he wasn't beating out any of the quarterbacks.
Oh no, it's impossible to beat quarterbacks.
Probably wouldn't even beat out Justin Jefferson. So
yeah, Justin Jefferson was crazy too. But I don't think the Jags. I think Jags are making good moves. They need to. Obviously, they still need to build through the draft. It's going to be huge for them.
It's going to be massive for them.
I mean, the cap space is nice to have the money to be able to plug holes, which is where the Lions are going to be in a couple of years. Once you
missed it twice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, Russ.
I've watched a lot of. We're watching Wizards recap here, and I watched a lot of Wizards game lately just because I like watching Russ play, but. They're struggling. They suck.
Wizards
they
stink.
suck, dude. They're still second. I think second or third worst team in the league. But the Jags, I feel like when we drafted Stafford with the first pick, what were we struggling with as a team?
Everything. You were coming off an 0-16 season.
Do you see them as like the Stafford Lions?
No, because outside of the Browns, no one has ever been as bad as the Lions.
Right. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, are you guys that high on Trevor Lawrence? He's going to be like a Matthew Stafford record-breaking, Drew Brees, I guess Andrew Luck.
I don't know if he'll be record-breaking because Mahomes is going to steal all of Stafford's records.
Right.
And Tom Brady has every record and he's still playing.
He does not have all the records yet.
Yeah, he's not even close to
well, no, because he and Brees were fighting for touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think he's slightly behind Brees in yards, but he'll pass him next year.
Yeah, he only needs, I think, only 900 something to pass in yards.
Easily.
Yeah. So by the end of next year, as long as Brady doesn't get hurt, he'll have all the records.
Yeah.
And who knows how long he's going to play. The dude's been in the league for 21 years, and he's still going.
And he's still looking like a decent pick there. Decent pick to win MVP.
Brady's strength is his brain.
Yeah.
He picks apart defenses because he's seen every defense and he reads it. So he's like, you're going to run too high safety? All right, we'll change this play. We'll beat you.
Yeah.
It does help, too, that the Bucs surrounded him with insanely good talent.
Yeah, that offensive line, though.
Disappointing free agent that we didn't get was John Johnson going to the Browns.
Me and Dip did talk about it.
We did talk about that, yeah. Yeah, sad. I know. We wanted him.
And it was one of those where like a lot of the Lions Twitter was like, if there was a one guy that you spend money on, it was him. But in the long run, he probably wanted to go to a place to get paid and win. So that's good for him and the Browns.
And we said the Browns needed that. Like the Browns needed that to win.
As a Browns fan, I love it.
Yeah, good for you guys. Screw the Browns.
Another big winner, I do believe, is the football team.
Yeah, getting what's his name as a quarterback, is a future quarterback.
Oof. ESPN has no love for Michigan State in this tournament.
Why is that?
They just had predicted UCLA to win 58%.
Oof, that's weird.
UCLA is more talented,
more athletic.
But yeah, no, the football team, I like the signings so far. They signed William Jackson, pretty good corner to a big deal. Curtis Samuel, 3 years, $35 million.
I think that's a great offensive weapon to have.
That's a good price too for a guy as talented as Curtis Samuel. And he's a guy you can do a lot of different things with. You can play him at slot, you can put him in the backfield.
And he was a wide receiver 2 for a majority of fantasy this year.
And now you pair him with Terry McLaurin, and you have Logan Thomas had a coming out party last year.
Yeah, let's hope he comes back. Yeah.
And Fitz, man, I don't think Fitz is Fitz. He does what he does. He's a professional quarterback.
Yeah.
He goes in, he's going to play hard, he's going to give you good time. He makes some dumb mistakes sometimes, but that's because when you're an NFL quarterback, you got to take chances, and he's not afraid to.
So I saw on Twitter as well that when they signed him, they said it's going to be like a Tua thing all over again in Washington with Fitz, and they're going to draft a quarterback with that first pick, with that mid-round, or that mid-first round.
They're going to have to trade up for it.
And that's what they're thinking.
They're at 18.
Yep. And they're thinking Washington's going to move
won't even have Mac Jones by then.
Now, Mac Jones will be gone. You're a mediocre franchise quarterback.
I mean, they signed Taylor Heineke to pretty good money.
Yeah, I would, dude. If I was Fitz, I'd teach him.
If I'm the football team right now, I'm just going to sit at 18. I'm going to start Fitz. I'm gonna have we'll say we're gonna have a competition, but Fitz is a starter.
Correct.
If Heineke goes balls to the wall and beats him out, then fine, whatever. It's cool. But, I'm sticking with that. Take your 18th pick and go get somebody to shore up your offensive line, your defensive backfield.
Yeah.
They need a linebacker.
And that's what killed you in that game against Tampa Bay, the secondary.
Yeah.
The secondary killed you.
They have two good running backs, in Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick.
Mm-hmm.
Both are dangerous. I mean, maybe, that 18th pick could be valuable. Maybe you trade out of it and you gain extra draft picks.
Yeah. True that.
Somebody's, there's first-round picks are the most valuable currency in the NFL.
Right.
So we'll see what happens
In any sport.
In any sport.
Oh, yeah, in any sport, yeah, for sure.
Did you guys talk about Bud Dupree?
No.
What do you guys think of that deal?
Surprised he went to the Titans. Surprised they were willing to throw that much money on him.
You said the word desperate in our chat.
Yes. That was a complete... Why do you think they gave him $82 million?
That's true.
The dude... Okay, I like Bud Dupree as a player. I think he's solid.
Yeah.
He wasn't that great the first couple years of his career.
Right.
This past year, the last 2 years, I'll say, he's had really a coming out party because he's been surrounded by talent.
Three.
He's been surrounded by a lot more talent, so there's less focus on him.
Yeah.
And he was in a good system. I mean, face it, Pittsburgh's always had a good defensive system.
And I think I think he'll thrive in Tennessee too.
Yeah. And based on the market, pass rushers are going for a premium. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm glad the guy got paid. I think Tennessee showed a little desperation because of what happened last year.
Yeah.
The reason they couldn't win, the reason they lost their games, they had zero pass rush.
Right.
They have a decent secondary. Their linebackers are okay. And you know what their offense is going to do? It's going to be pound the ball with Derrick Henry, play action.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean I like the signing for the Titans as long as they have the money to do it. Whatever, it's fine. You needed an edge rushing linebacker,
right?
So you got him.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to build the rest through the draft.
Yep. And they got all their picks, so
yeah,
I'll definitely do that.
So and then from the Titans going to the Jets, Corey Davis.
Yeah, that was weird. But it helps Sam Darnold though.
It does.
It
helps
does.
A lot,
I think he's a really good possession receiver.
He's automatically number one.
Still Jameson Crowder and Denzel Mims.
I would rather have
put
Corey
Davis over Mims.
I would put Davis over Crowder.
No,
Crowder's
way more explosive.
Crowder's probably the best slot receiver in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go with most underrated slot receiver in the league.
That's a better word.
I don't want to say the best because that's not fair.
It's very He's very underrated.
Obviously, he was easily Sam Darnold's favorite target.
Oh, big time. Gets you hella no. He's a good ball player.
Yeah, and it's funny because Corey Davis is really the only big name receiver to go in the free agency market so far.
Yeah. I mean, Juju's still out there.
Kenny Galladay's still out there.
Galladay's out there. AJ Green went to the Cardinals 1 year deal.
Love that deal for the Cardinals.
I do too.
Cardinals made who'd they trade for? That I said I loved. My friend.
I don't know, but they got JJ Watt and AJ Green.
Be a super team 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
5 years ago.
They signed the greatest kicker of all time, Matt Prater. The Cardinals did.
Man, look out for the Cards.
Oh, it was sorry to interrupt you. The Raiders traded Rodney Hudson, their center, to Arizona.
That was a trade of a lifetime.
I don't love it for Mason Cole because he's now going to not get any playing time, and he's a former Michigan alum. But that Rodney Hudson is easily a top 5 center in the NFL.
Yep.
So that's a really, really good trade, especially since you traded, I think they got Hudson and a 7th, and they gave up a 3rd.
Yeah, that's a massive,
He's a great veteran presence. He's a great center that shores up your interior. You probably move Mason Cole to guard and let him platoon with somebody else.
I'm just even more scared of that division now. Or that division.
That offense is going to be ridiculous because AJ Green wasn't terrible.
No, he's not. No, he still. I mean,
this past year he wasn't bad. He's coming off a bad injury, but he wasn't that. I mean, you can see the aging. You can see he's getting older. He's not, but he was not that bad.
Right.
The guy's still got talent, even though he's getting older and he's slowing down. But still,
he's still gonna get those looks because of. Yeah. It's gonna take more pressure. They're gonna be like, oh, AJ Green, he's not what he used to be. We still got We still got to cover Hopkins.
Did Larry Fitz retire?
No. And we still got fucking Larry Fitz.
And so Larry Fitz is just probably just gonna be your old man on the bench to teach everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You still have a really good deep threat.
Who's he teaching though? AJ Green? No. DeAndre Hopkins?
I mean,
no.
Christian Kirk.
He's been in the league for like 3 or 4 years now.
Andy Isabella.
You mean the guys he's already been teaching?
He's a locker room presence, okay?
Yeah, one of the most overrated sayings in sports. He's a locker room leader.
I don't know, Spencer. I agree with Spencer. Actually, I think Larry Fitz is that guy you need in that locker room.
I still think, and like even if it's like AJ Green,
That too helps.
I'm sure there's stuff Larry Fitz knows that AJ Green doesn't.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it's the other way around
They're
too.
not the same receivers.
Well, no, but I mean, you could still
No.
learn from a guy. Larry Fitz is probably one of the best. He's probably the best possession receiver of all time.
Probably. But what is AJ Green not? A possession receiver.
that's
He's
true.
a-
And he's
a deep
over
threat.
30. You're not teaching an old dog new tricks.
You
That's
can
true.
try.
You can try, but your point is stupid.
I think,
Stop being stupid.
I think that's gonna help. It's gonna help the Cardinals. The Cardinals now, before JJ Watt, with the Cardinals better than the Seahawks.
Right now,
Before JJ Watt, before all what they did, were they
so
better
before
than the
free
Seahawks?
agency,
before
were
that?
they better than the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Well, obviously not because they didn't make the playoffs.
So now with JJ Watt,
The
Hudson,
rosters as they
On
sit,
paper, yes.
On paper,
the
they're
rosters
better
as
than
they
Seahawks.
sit now, I'm taking Arizona's.
Are they better than the Rams?
No,
Not right now.
the Rams are the best team in that division right now.
Hell yeah, that's fun to hear you say that. Sorry, that's fun to hear you
Well, I
say
mean,
that.
who else would it be?
I mean, no, that's true. You're right.
And I was having this. Cameron's dad Jeff texted me on Snapchat and was asking me
Yeah.
about that, and he just said, "Well, I don't
If
know.
everyone's still healthy, I still think the Niners are better than the Cardinals.
Okay.
Do you think the Rams are better than the Niners?"
Yes.
Okay, we're on the same
With
page.
Stafford, yes. If it was
Yeah.
with Goff, no.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, that's what we were talking about that, and I just said it's a gauntlet division now.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's-
it always has
It
been.
always has been, but it's even rougher now. I think the team that could. So like, didn't 3 teams make the playoffs from that division?
they did.
No,
yes.
2.
It was 2.
It was 2, but it was
Cardinals on the
almost
outside
3.
looking in.
So I think the team next year that could be the outside looking in could be the Seahawks. I mean, if you have talent on offense, but your offensive line's dog shit, and you see that because Russell Wilson's like, trade me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like low key, like I'm unhappy with the offensive line. Either fix it or I want to
They
trade.
have a late first round, right? Because they made the playoffs.
Yeah, they're probably. I think they're early 20s.
They don't have a first round.
Oh no, they traded it for Jamal Adams.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
So that picks with the Jets. So you
That's right.
can't even go out and get
Anybody?
anybody. So the Seahawks. Pete Carroll's done it his way. It's obvious that he has way too much control over player personnel, especially when you have a good GM.
But it's worked. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and have won one.
It should have won both.
Yeah.
Should have won both, yeah.
But
You can. His ways worked so far.
no, and I agree. It's worked, but at this point, you need to be like, all right, so what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, let him figure it out.
Your franchise quarterback is pissed, and you're not doing anything to help it.
You can't do anything with the
Well,
way
you have no cap space because you got too many bad contracts.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell's costing you like what, $36 million a year.
You bought that, yeah.
But you still have, and then you paid Tyler Lockett, which was probably not smart.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt you.
But you have a rising star in DK Metcalf. You paid Chris Carson. Your offensive line is doggy doo doo.
Yeah. Your defense is not.
Your defensive line is good in spurts, but it's not consistent.
Yeah.
Your linebackers are probably the best part of your defense, and your secondary is okay, but you lost your best corner in free agency.
Right.
So, what do you got? So right now, I'm looking at on paper they have the worst roster.
Would you say they're the fourth team then behind the Niners, Jay? If they're healthy.
No, well, I had the Niners at 2.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you're saying with healthy they're not 3. Okay, I thought you were saying there were 3.
No, if
Okay,
everyone's
so they're
healthy,
2. Okay.
I have the
all right.
Niners over the 49ers because
What
of the
about-
defense.
Yeah. What about you, Spencer? If health, let's just say if everybody's healthy because
Everybody's healthy in the rosters right now after all the beginning free agency
Yeah.
stages. It's Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Then the Niners went out and paid Trent Williams the biggest contract in the history of the NFL for a lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Trent Williams.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah,
dog.
good for you, buddy.
So that's a good signing for them because they need that. In order for them to win, they have to run the ball and they have to protect Jimmy G.
Yeah.
And it seems like that Jimmy G is going to have to be the guy because they're not really in a position to go get anybody else.
Right.
So
Facts. Facts, man.
facts.
Well, they do have a good pick, right, in the draft.
Yeah, it's high. It's high. They have a top. Oh yeah, what was it? Because it was like
think it's right outside the top 10.
Yeah, like what,
I
12?
think it's 12.
Because there were a lot of those the Lions
12,
trade
yeah.
rumors. They wanted take Niners 12th pick, and then get a extra first round and some stuff like that. But yeah, Niners got a good pick there at 12. What do you take? What do you take there? It all depends on what happens that first 1 to 10.
They have 2 good receivers. They have their tight end. Offensive line's pretty set. You have multiple running backs. You drafted a D lineman last year. They traded and then probably a line. We might need Micah Parsons. Might fit
if he falls
if
that far.
If he's there, yeah. I don't really know what their plan is. I don't know enough about the Niners.
Can you imagine if they go fucking snag Micah Parsons?
I mean, there's rumors he could fall to the mid-first round.
I'm sorry, but that's nuts.
It is crazy.
That's nuts.
There's no standout defensive player this year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I just think Parsons is a stupid freak.
Then there's a couple more signings I just want to mention that I really, really liked. I liked the Rams re-upping Leonard Floyd.
Yeah.
That was a good move on their part. He blossomed in their defensive system.
You need him.
Yeah, I think he's big for him. What was the other one that I was looking at?
Yep.
Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. Probably a top 5 signing for me overall. The Chargers signing Corey Linsley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great move.
Yeah.
Great signing. Top 5 center in the league right now. Green Bay's stupid to let him go, but I mean, cap situation.
Mm-hmm.
It probably couldn't sign him to the big deal, but
Yeah.
5 years, $62.5 million. You have a really good center to pair with your quarterback now in Herbert. So great move on the Chargers putt.
Yeah, that's gonna help. That's gonna help Herbert.
I love it.
It's gonna help Herbert even more.
Love these linemen getting that money.
Yeah, man. I love seeing. Yeah, me too. I love seeing the big guys get what they deserve, dude. They're the workhorses of that
Foundation
game. Yeah,
foundation of the offense.
they don't get a lot of credit. Now they're starting to get those bags, man. So good for you, linemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's shifted now. Like the running backs, they don't.
Running back's
They don't
not a
get that
premium
much.
position anymore.
Right.
You can get production out of the running back position from a guy you draft in the 6th round.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
a guy that you pull off the street.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's rare to find a star. And when you do, he's going to get paid. But, I mean, look at Zeke. The regression, man. And I know Dak was hurt, but he was awful last year.
He was struggling bad.
What, horrible.
Mm-hmm. The offensive line was just.
I mean, they were beaten up and hurt. And
Oh yeah, they were struggling.
Your Hall of Fame level center had to retire, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that kind of sucked.
So it's gonna be something to see, with that. Like Chris McCaffrey got hurt. What if that happens again? He's the highest paying running back. I
Yep.
mean, 16, something like that, right?
16 million a year, yeah.
Yeah. So his running backs are unfortunately they're
I
expendable.
thought Aaron Jones would get 15,
Yeah,
slightly
that's-
under, and then I think
Yeah.
he took a little bit of a pay cut to stay in Green Bay.
And that's what me and Jay said. That's what I said with Jay.
All of his fits, team-wise, outside of Green Bay, don't have the money to give him that.
Yeah.
Right.
Who
He
we
would
talking-
have
Arizona.
Arizona, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Maybe Miami. If it was a non-COVID year, I think he would have got paid more. But
Yeah. Yeah.
since it's not,
Yeah. That definitely is. Is it? Well, cool. That was a long.
It's just I gotta say it's been a kind of crazy start to free agency,
Yeah.
especially in a COVID year, and the cap limit is kind of low.
Anybody you're shocked? Anybody you're shocked
Shocked?
about?
Not really.
No. Yeah. Good job, everybody getting money, taking money from the big people.
All about them players getting paid.
Yeah.
All about them millionaires taking money from the billionaires.
True that. So awesome. Let us talk about.
Regroup.
Yeah. Let's talk about. Let's regroup for a second. Let me start a different video.
We're gonna pivot. Shut up.
Yeah.
My leg.
We'll be right back after this ad break.
Our own break. Because we don't have a sponsor anymore.
Ow.
no more ads.
Well, I have to do an ad for Anchor, so they pay us.
Oh yeah.
bracket time. Welcome back to podcast.
Shut up.
It's the March Madness intro.
Oh, from CBS. Yes.
I could have sang One Shining Moment.
No, please don't.
Could just not have sang at all.
Where's the fun in that?
So welcome back to the podcast. We are here, and I am so excited for basketball coming up tomorrow. We have our playing game. We don't care about those. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna go through each game. Give some analysis on each game, how we think everything's gonna go. There's some games that we know that we think that is gonna be an easy toss up or the easy game to pick,
So,
and then some toss up games.
We talked about this before we started the pod. We're gonna go game by game, but like the ones that seem super obvious, we're not gonna get it really into just because we don't want to be here for 3 hours.
Right.
Because I don't think the listeners want to listen to us be retardo for 3 hours. So.
Right. And I'm gonna have to put this in the front of the beginning of the podcast, but this episode will come out on Friday. Special podcast. It's
March Madness special.
Madness podcast. It's gonna drop earlier than normal, due to the fact that the game starts at 12:15
on Friday.
So I'm gonna just do it at, like, once I edit it, I'm gonna drop it. Right?
Nice.
Why not? Do a little special here on this and get that podcast out. Look out on our social. When that podcast drops, you'll see it on each of our socials. I'll make sure I put that on there. But yeah. So let's get into it.
I know. You have any thoughts on the playing games before we start the big
Yes,
one?
I don't know what to expect. Michigan State.
If I was a betting boy, I would stay away from it.
Which you are.
I am a betting
You're a
boy.
betting boy, yeah.
I would not bet this game. I don't trust it. I don't like the line. If you put a gun to my head and made me pick a team, I'm going to take UCLA to win. I just don't. Michigan State hasn't shown me enough consistency. I know Tom Izzo's Mr. March, and the State fans give you the, if you don't say he's Mr. March and you don't do the January, February Izzo, they start throwing their feces like monkeys. But no offense to my State friends, but there's a lot of idiot State fans. There's a lot of idiot Michigan fans too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just just dumb stuff. But yeah, I just don't trust that game, so I'm not gonna bet it.
So I know you were very high on Drake all year.
Yeah.
And how did you feel when you? I was pretty pissed too, but how did you feel when they got a playing game?
I kind of expected it. I mean, they were one of the last four in on Lenardi's thing. The whole thing.
They're the most ones in the NCAA.
I just want to preface: I'm not a huge Joe Lenardi guy. The guy does what he does, but he's just there's better bracketology guys out there.
CBS guys are actually not bad.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Lenardi's just mainstream because he's ESPN.
Right.
But Drake basketball, I've watched him play a lot this year just because I'm a weirdo and I like team. When a team goes 25-4 and leads the NCAA and wins, they intrigue me.
Yeah.
They have a lot of talent. They can shoot the ball. They play decent defense. There's a reason they finished second in their conference to a Loyola Chicago team that was ranked in the top 25 almost the whole season.
And got a freaking 8 seed.
Yeah, that was some malarkey that I thought was malarkey.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
I was so shocked they got an 8 seed, and then they got put up against
I thought they were
a good team.
I thought bottom level they were a 6, but obviously the conference they play in is
I guess that
dragging
low.
them down, which is funny because if you're talking about the conference you play in, Gonzaga. Yeah, you're over here playing Cupcake Central.
Yeah, you're playing what teams that give them
The best team in that league outside of them is BYU. After that, it was
and
like
St. Mary's. They were in the NIT.
St. Mary's in the NIT, and then after that, it's like Pepperdine,
Yeah.
Pacific.
Yeah.
You're just walking through Candyland. And then once you reach the edge of the Candyland forest, you get to Mormon country. And then all you got to do is wax the Mormons and you're undefeated. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they have one of the most talented starting fives, but I think playing the competition that like of the Big 10, the Big 12, and even some years the ACC, not as much this year.
Not as much, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, then let's get into it. Let's get into the first round of the West Division there. Gonzaga will be playing the winner of Norfolk State.
Norfolk State and
And
Appalachian State.
State.
Obviously
Fuck you,
Gonzaga.
Appalachian State. But obviously Gonzaga. We're gonna go agree with Gonzaga, right?
Yep.
And the next game is Oklahoma, Missouri.
News broke today that Oklahoma's starting point guard, is out for at least the first 2 games.
Right.
Because of a positive COVID test. Thankfully, the team has been quarantining, so he wasn't near anybody that they've announced yet. But I was picking Oklahoma. I'm going to switch that to Missouri, just based on the fact that losing a starter is usually not very good.
Yeah, I was choosing Missouri anyway. Just for the fact that I think Missouri has a.
I heard somebody
good
today.
team.
It was Valenti and Rico today on the way to work. They were like, "This game is literally a coin flip," and they said Oklahoma and Missouri. It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other. They're the same team.
Yeah,
there's no difference. They're the same exact team.
that's pretty funny.
But yeah, I flipped my pick to Missouri. I was gonna take Oklahoma because I like Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
And what's the wing they have? Harkless, and their center that Jay says looks like me.
He does.
Yeah, he's got the same kind of hair. He's got
I'll put a
a
picture right here.
he's got an awkward chin badger. Wears a headband like I would.
Spencer Stalzer. That's Spencer Stalzer. Headband.
Difference is he's good at basketball and I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm switching the pick just because Missouri had a decent season. You know.
Yeah.
When they were on their game, they were really good.
Yeah, very good when they're on their game.
When they're not, they're really bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
They lost some questionable games this year, for sure. But yeah, no, I'm gonna switch that to Missouri just because I'm a believer in guard play in the tournament. I know Austin Reeves is technically like their 1/2, but yeah, no, losing a starter always sucks.
Yeah, big time. All right, what's the next game?
Next one on the docket, Creighton against UCSB.
I have seen a lot of analysts say that Santa Barbara can beat this team.
As a degenerate who gambles, I've bet a lot of UCSB games this year.
Okay.
They can hoop.
They're a big offensive scoring team.
Now, I'm still taking Creighton because even with the coaching situation, I still think Creighton's that much more talented that they're gonna win the game. But this is a game that I could see going right down to the wire.
Whoa, stop right there, buddy. That's where I'm going to stop you right there. Creighton has struggled in the last 6 games. I think they lost like the last 3 or 4. This team, this is going to be our first upset. Not first upset, but this is going to be an upset on our list right here starting. This is going to be an upset.
So your upset is...
Go Santa Barbara.
So, Santa Barbara?
Yep, I think so.
I haven't watched any Santa Barbara. The one game I watched with Creighton, they lost me money. So let's go Santa Barbara.
Yeah, Jay.
So I got Jay and Dip over here rooting for the Gauchos.
Yeah, that's their name.
Yeah, they're the UCSB.
That's even better.
That's even better.
That's right. University of California. What is it? University of California, Santa Barbara Gauchos.
Love it. So I definitely think that will be a great game to watch because I think Santa Barbara, they could score, man. Like you said, they have a great scoring team. So what's the next game?
Another popular what?
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was about to say this game features the most boring team to watch in college basketball.
Yes.
It's Virginia versus Miami. Oh, yeah, or Ohio.
Ohio University.
I wanted to say Miami of Ohio, but it's
Yes.
not. It's Ohio.
Yes. This is another fairly popular upset pick.
Yeah, Ohio has a great team again.
Ohio
I don't
has
know why they're ranked really low in the BPI.
because because Ohio has a point guard named James Preston, who is an absolute animal.
He's averaging like what 16,
He's
7,
7 and 7. He's a triple double kind of point guard. He'll be a first round pick.
Yeah.
They play fast paced. They can score a lot.
And Virginia is not as lethal on defense as they were.
The way to beat Virginia is to speed them up and score.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Ohio can do that, which is why I hadn't changed it until now. But I'm in my official bracket. I'm taking Ohio.
I'll take Ohio too because screw it.
I would love to see Ohio win. Yes, I love upsets. I love Cinderella stories.
Virginia plays the same exact way. We're going to slow everything down to a crawl, lock in and play defense. If you can run, they're in trouble.
All right, fuck it.
Virginia is the ACC's Wisconsin.
Ohio.
The reason
Ohio
why
wins.
they're the only number 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed.
That's all I need. Ohio.
Ohio.
This next matchup's another game I think could be on upset alert.
This one intrigues me too.
You got 6 seed USC versus the winner of the playing game of Wichita State and Drake.
And I think Drake wins this game, and I think Drake beats USC.
You got Drake going to the round of 32.
USC are a joke. That team is a joke.
They are not.
I disagree.
I think
They are
they're
led
a
by
joke.
Have you seen Evan Mobley?
Oh, he's bad. He's amazing.
He'll be the number 2 pick in the draft. Well, I
Maybe.
won't say, but depending
Top 3.
Depending on team need,
Yeah.
he'll be a top 3 pick in the draft. Dude is insane for a center.
Jay, you've been on the Mobley hype train.
I have been. He is freaking nuts.
Yeah.
I have not.
He is the most impressive player in college basketball outside of Cade Cunningham.
So all season we're like, oh, Pistons are at least going to get a top 3 pick, right?
Yeah.
I wanted Cunningham no
Not
matter what,
anymore.
obviously.
Right.
But then I'm sitting there like, well, if they're 2, I'm like, who do I want? I'm like, Jalen Suggs for sure.
I still want Jalen Suggs over Mobley, just position
just by
fit,
need.
but I would not be upset if we got Evan Mobley.
Like, and if the Pistons were at 2 and took Evan Mobley to pair with Isaiah Stewart,
Beautiful.
salivation.
Yeah.
You have a lineup as
Killian,
Killian Hayes at point, the guy they drafted for at shooting guard.
Sadiq Bey.
No,
No, the
he's
other
not
one.
a guard.
Wait, who?
The guy we got from Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah, that's a long name. I'm not gonna say.
Diabala,
Yeah, Diabala.
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
At small forward,
I like him.
You have Jeremy Grant,
Jeremy Grant.
and then you can put
Platoon Sadiq Bey at your.
Sadiq Bey, Plumlee, Isaiah Stewart at power forward, and then you've got either Plumlee or Mobley at center.
And you work Josh Jackson in there.
Yep.
As long as they re-sign him. But yeah, no, I like it.
I think Drake beats Wichita State easily, and I think Drake beats USC.
I still have USC.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Do you think
I think
Wichita
it's a
wins
prime.
that game?
I think it's a prime upset, but
Yeah.
I still think USC pulls it out.
Hey, Kansas boy, does Wichita State win?
I've always rooted for Wichita State.
Yeah.
Just because I think their nickname's cool, the Shockers.
Yeah, I like that too. I like their logo.
The yellow and black uniforms are cool, but
Yeah.
I would take Drake in that game.
And then do you think Drake beats USC? Evidently no.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
Nobody can guard Evan Mobley.
All right.
All right,
Alright.
next one is a skip game because it's Kansas versus
Eastern
Eastern
Washington.
Washington.
Dude, I got shit
Kansas.
on I got Kansas. I'm high on them.
Why?
I'm not.
I
but
think they will get at least easily get to the Elite Eight.
See, I'm a little disappointed that game against Texas got canceled.
Yeah.
Because
needed
it would have shown you something.
And-
Exactly.
I'm on Kansas Twitter a little bit, and they wanted to go for blood because Texas beat them the last time they played them.
Right.
And they had been playing better outside of the UTEP game, which I think was a trap because they're like, it's UTEP, whatever.
Yeah, they scheduled that just to
But they were
get a cupcake
they were
win.
blowing out Oklahoma until Oklahoma clawed their way back into the game.
Yeah.
So and they're just a weird Kansas team, man. But yeah, obvious win.
You get March Kansas. You get a Kansas that plays in March. They're going to the Elite Eight. They could possibly be Gonzaga. I will put that on paper.
No way.
Put that on paper. I think Gonzaga is going to.
I love Kansas. There's absolutely no
No?
way Kansas would beat Gonzaga.
I think they got a good team, man. All right.
I think they do.
Kansas wins this
They
game
have
easily.
talent,
Yeah.
but I have a big issue with them. And
Is there a way Kansas gets upset?
in the first round?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right. So next game, number 7 Oregon versus number 10 VCU. Oregon Pac-12 regular season champs lost disappointingly to Oregon State in the Pac-12 tournament.
But Oregon State went on a miraculous run.
Yeah, I got Oregon.
Yeah, same,
VCU still playing their old stupid defense. Give me Oregon.
Yeah, I don't think it's that difficult of a 7-10
VCU
game.
got blown out by Bonaventure.
I honestly think Oregon is a 7's low. I thought they should have been a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you lose a couple bad games. Oregon is a lot better than they played this year. They've dealt with a lot of injuries, but they're healthy now. So
Right.
give me the Ducks. The Ducks are a team too that in the second round, I think they're going to give the team they play a shit show.
All right.
Yeah. I agree.
Another skip over. You got number 2 Iowa versus number 15 Grand Canyon. Obviously Iowa.
I have watched a ton of Grand Canyon
They're
basketball this
saying
year.
Grand Canyon's got a good team.
They have a good team.
Now, Grand Canyon has a really good team. They've got
They
2 really
score.
good big guys, and they have their point guard's okay.
Yeah.
They can't beat Iowa.
No,
way.
yeah, I don't think so either.
No, but
It'll be a fun
as
game
a
to-
guy who's watched a lot of Grand Canyon basketball, they are
You really do have a problem.
I do. They're a fun team to watch. Like
Yeah.
I watched them once, and I'm like, these guys can kind of play. There's the games though where they played like Seattle U, and they played like a dog crap, and they lost.
Yeah.
But no, when I watched Grand Canyon, the one thing that stuck out to me was they were obviously the better coach team on the floor every time they played.
Won't happen against Iowa either.
That
Will
won't
not.
happen. Yeah,
Fran
unfortunately, no.
McCaffrey, as overrated as I think he is a good coach.
I don't think he's overrated.
He does what he has to do.
I think he's pretty good.
He's all right.
In a conference with a lot of pretty good coaches.
Yeah.
I don't like how red his face gets.
Shut up, bro.
I'm serious.
That is. Are we gonna continue the West, or are we gonna go on to the next one?
West is done.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Oh, we're not gonna do the whole thing. Okay.
Well,
okay.
I mean, we're done with the first round of the West, so
Beautiful. Okay, I got
You
you.
want to do
Got
the
you.
first round of the whole thing, or do you want to do the whole West?
That's
Oh,
what I was
you want to go all the way section by section?
I was asking. Do you want to go
that's
each
what I was
round?
gonna do.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go each round, Jay.
Me don't know what doing.
All right,
Okay.
so East first game walkover, Michigan versus the play-in game of what is it? Mount St.
Mary's and
Mount St.
Texas
Mary's and
Southern.
Texas Southern. No explanation. Michigan walks.
Michigan.
Interesting game. Number 8 LSU versus 9 St. Bonaventure.
Now,
I was sold.
LSU is freaking hot, especially on offense, but St. Bonaventure, they're a really good team
turning up.
themselves.
I was sold.
They have a really good
LSU
defense too.
up until earlier today.
What happened?
And
What
that-
happened today?
I heard some things about the Bonnies.
They're a crazy team.
They're insanely good,
Yeah.
and the metrics love them.
Yep.
The only thing they don't have is depth. They only play like 6 guys, which can hurt you, but they're really good. So I'm not changing my pick from LSU because I think LSU is too talented.
Quick stat about St. Bonaventure: 5 players average double-digit scoring,
Odd.
That's crazy.
and LSU has no big man. What
That's
LSU thrives on is getting to the free throw line.
I say LSU.
Meanwhile, Bonaventure probably outplays them in every other offensive facet. They're the better field goal shooting team, better 3-point shooting team. Only thing LSU has is getting to that free throw line.
I want to say Bonaventure, but I just don't. LSU's playing so hot right now.
In the BPI, LSU's 24, Bonaventure's 28.
That's really close.
Also, LSU's defensive, like their rating is like outside the top 200. They don't play defense.
Yeah, LSU gives up 75.3 a game. Bonaventure gives up 60.
I really need to look at my my bracket again.
I mean, like I said, LSU's the extremely hot team, but I'm starting to talk myself into Bonaventure.
Yeah, I'm listening, and I'm gonna go Bonnies.
I'm gonna give myself to officially declare by Friday before the tournament starts. But as of now, I'm gonna keep it with LSU.
Okay,
I'm gonna ride the hot team.
I'm gonna ride Bonnie.
I think I'll go Bonaventure as well.
Yeah,
I'll probably end up changing it.
I might actually root for LSU because I think LSU is honestly the better matchup for Michigan.
Same.
Because Hunter Dickinson's just gonna eat.
He's gonna eat all day
when their biggest guy's like 6'9".
And you know what the
Agreed.
funny thing is too, like even if like say like they play LSU in the second round and it's Hunter Dickinson says he's got 2 fouls early, Austin Davis could probably still do
Or
well.
if you want to play small ball,
Johns
at
the 5.
the 5, and then you've got Franz, Chandy, Brooks, and Smith.
Yep.
Yeah. Agreed. I would rather play LSU, so that's why I'm going with that.
Number 5 versus number 12. Number 5 Colorado versus number 12 Georgetown. For this one, this is pretty easy for me. I'm going Colorado.
This one is a popular upset pick because Georgetown got hot and won the Big East.
I don't want to care.
That's some bullshit. Every metric says Colorado.
Yeah.
I don't even think Georgetown covers the spread.
I don't think so either.
I think Colorado beats them by a bunch.
Yeah.
Colorado, I know they lost to Oregon State, but
Yeah.
Oregon State went on that run. They won the Pac-12. Colorado is loved by the metrics. Colorado is a really good team. Colorado.
Okay. Next up, number 4 Florida State versus number 13 UNC Greensboro.
Now, this one's interesting.
This one's also a kind of a popular upset pick for the people in the know. I think this is one of the ones Ant Wright was talking about that could be a upset watch.
I know UNCG is no joke. Ant Wright was the one I heard about that from. I did a little research on them. They play good defense. They can. I think they take care of the ball pretty well. I'm still taking Florida State. I think they're too talented.
Yeah, Florida State's no joke. Super athletic. One of the best offenses in college basketball.
Yep, for sure.
With a good 3-point shooting team as well. Give me Florida State.
Take the FSU Seminoles.
All right, next matchup, BYU, number 6 seed BYU going against the play-in game of MSU and UCLA. BYU, they're good.
BYU's got former Purdue center Matt Harms down low. He's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
They're long and they're not super athletic, but they're sound.
Yeah.
They don't turn the ball over a lot. They can shoot well from 3. I don't care if Izzo's Mr. March. I don't trust this state team. I don't like the roster.
Yeah.
Aaron Henry has to get hot, and they have to play insane defense to win, and they don't always do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me BYU.
Yeah, BYU too. They're hot.
Yeah.
Hot team.
Next game, number 3 Texas versus number 14 Albion Christian.
Abilene.
Abilene, baby.
Christian.
Go Abilene.
Abilene Christian.
Texas, you're a joke. Go Abilene
Shaka
Christian.
Smart is
Are you taking Abilene?
I'm taking Abilene.
Texas.
Shaka Smart is 0-2 in the tournament at Texas.
Abilene Christian, baby. This is the upset city. The upset I was thinking
that
of.
as it may, Texas.
This Texas team can make the Final Four.
I don't buy it.
Texas.
They're still way too inconsistent for me.
Yeah, they're so.
I don't.
They're up or down.
There's one team I believe in the Big 12, and it ain't Texas.
And it's not Texas. Wow. All right, no. Abilene Christian.
I don't think Texas makes the Final Four, but I think they have the talent to. Have you seen Cam Sims play?
Yeah, but that's like saying. Is
it Cam?
Georgia Tech could have a Final Four team.
No. Texas is on a different level than Georgia Tech. Texas is way better. Texas was ranked number 4 in the country at one point.
No, I think they get beat.
I mean, Michigan State started out as the preseason number 1.
Duke was number 3.
And Duke was number 3.
My friend.
Early season 25 polls are bullshit. Michigan was unranked.
Don't speak facts to me.
All right, here's another interesting game, which I think can be an upset. Number 7 UConn versus number 10 Maryland. Maryland,
I don't know.
kind of been a hot tea coming into that game against Michigan, where Michigan pulled away.
I watched a lot of UConn or a lot of Big East ball, and I think because on the weekend I have Fox on, and I watch UConn play, and I think UConn will handle
0-4
Maryland
against top 25 teams,
and that scares me. But I think Maryland
lost to Creighton 3 times, beat USC by 3, lost to Villanova by 8, split with Seton Hall, and beat Xavier.
I know UConn's got the best player on the floor in Boatwright, but I just want to say, where are the Turtles? Give me the Terps.
I'm just sorry, Maryland.
Maryland's especially a really good 3-point team.
Yeah.
And something I heard today on the radio too was when in doubt, take the better team defensively. And Maryland plays lockdown D.
Also, who's got the better backcourt? I know UConn's isn't bad, but Maryland has Eric Ayala and Aaron Wiggins. They might be the best backcourt in the Big Ten.
They're up there for sure. Yeah.
Give me Maryland.
That's outside of
give me UConn.
Illinois' backcourt.
Yes, Illinois does have the best. I would put Maryland probably at number 2.
Big East at noon.
I'd make a turtle noise, but I don't know what turtles sound like. What's that one meme where it does that?
Yeah, this is next one's a walkover game. Alabama against Iona.
Now, okay, I just want to say real quick, if there's a 15-2 upset, it's this one.
No, it's not. Alabama's way too good.
The power of Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
The only power Rick Pitino has is getting his son another job.
And Iona.
And getting another job after getting fired for hiring strippers to have sex with your players.
All right. Next game's another walkover. Number 1 Baylor against number 16 Hartford.
Baylor wins by 30.
Interesting game. This might be the hardest 8-9 game to pick for me. Number 8 UNC versus number 9 Wisconsin.
I don't think it's that hard. I think it's UNC.
Wisconsin.
I'm leaning back and forth between both.
Yeah.
I think UNC has the better team, but they're just so madly inconsistent.
That's an issue with them.
Yeah, wildly inconsistent. They're playing the better basketball right now. But
you go out and you beat Florida State, and then you go lose to Marquette. They've lost to Iowa by 13 this year, lost to Virginia by 12, lost to Texas by 2, Georgia Tech by 5, Vatek by 8. I think UNC has the better team. Wisconsin's more consistent in the tournament. Wisconsin doesn't turn the ball over whatsoever. They've got 8.9 turnovers a game, which is lowest in Division I. I think that'll help them get past UNC. Give me Wisconsin.
Yeah. I just think
take the badges.
If they get the UNC that played in the tournament or the last couple of games as well in the regular season, give me UNC. That's what I'm going off of. Right. I'm going off the ACC tournament.
Next game, number 5 Villanova versus number 12 Winthrop.
Give me the Winthrop Eagles.
I think we already talked about this one.
Give me Nova, man. I just think it's Nova, dude. What's his name? He's a friggin' tournament king.
Yeah, I know it's Jay Wright in the first round, but you lost your best player.
Yeah, that hurts.
Another one of your guys is hurt, and they have not been the same since their point guard got hurt.
Yeah, I think they prevail against Winthrop.
Villanova is like all big guys. They have no guards anymore.
Winthrops are fast paced, right?
Plus,
fast paced, score a ton.
Plus, Winthrop 6'7" point guard, and they're 11 deep. Like they play all 11 guys.
Play 11 guys, yeah. I picked Villanova at the beginning because I was like, it's Jay Wright. You know, you can't go against Jay Wright. He's won 2 national titles.
That's what me. I can't go against coach.
I'm taking Winthrop.
I gotta go Nova. I can't go against him.
Winthrop almost ran the table. I'm taking him.
Oh, I'm gonna keep track of this. We're gonna write this down.
I got it all in here. All in my bracket.
All right. Next matchup, number 4 Purdue against number 13 North Texas. I don't know anything about North Texas.
Me either. I don't either. Yeah.
Purdue wins easy.
All right. Next game, number 6 Texas Tech versus number 11 Utah State. Also know nothing about Utah State.
Texas Tech is getting to the Final Four.
No.
What is wrong with you?
No, just kidding. Texas Tech wins this game.
I mean, I like Matt McClung too, but
no, they win this game. They get to the Elite Eight.
Utah State will make it a somewhat decent game, but I think Texas Tech wins.
They gotta get past. Oh yeah, they get to the Sweet 16 if they don't. Right? Then they have to play number 1 at Sweet 16. Or they? No, they have to play the number 2 at Sweet 16. Yeah, they get to the Elite Eight.
Next game, number 3 seed Arkansas versus 14 seed Colgate.
This game interests the hell out of me because Colgate is the second leading scoring team in the country behind Gonzaga.
Wow.
They score like 84 points a game.
Only thing about Colgate, they have not played an opponent in the top 75 in the net.
Yes, and that's why I'm not picking them. But I think if this game comes down to like the last 2 minutes, and
Colgate
Arkansas, I don't think Colgate pulls it out. But just 86 points a game is insane.
A lot.
Yeah. But then you look at Arkansas, though, 82 points a game.
Oh.
Arkansas is another one.
Also, thing about Arkansas,
6
players are averaging at least 1 steal a game.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll get you points there. So I mean, I was going to go Arkansas anyway, but.
All right. 7 seed Florida versus 10 seed Virginia Tech.
Go Vatek. Vatek wins this game.
Give me the Hokies.
Yeah.
I was going to say Gators. Don't believe in Virginia Tech. I don't really believe anybody in the ACC this year.
I don't like Florida. I was watching a video this guy made where he broke down every team in the tournament. And
I saw that video, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty good video.
That's a great video.
We'll send it to Jay.
Yeah.
It's like 40 minutes long, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Florida I don't know a lot about them. All I know is that super inconsistent. They haven't really been that good this year. Kind of surprised they got a 7 seed, if I'm being honest.
One thing about Virginia Tech, though, they've had 5 of their last 8 games canceled, including, wasn't there one in the ACC tournament they got canceled? So
no,
because
they lost to North Carolina.
Oh,
that was the game before the tournament started.
Yeah, the last game of the season.
I don't know.
Yes,
I like Florida.
I like Vatek. I think what's his name? What's the dude, the bald guy?
Buzz Williams.
Yeah, I like him. I think he pulls up.
I like the Hokies.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good game.
Yeah.
I'll take the Hoks.
Yeah,
another walkover. Number 2 Ohio State versus 15 Oral Roberts.
OSU.
Yep.
Ohio State's getting Oral on Friday.
Right.
Ohio State wins.
We're going to the Midwest. First walkover game, number 1 Illinois versus 16 Drexler.
Come on, Drexler, beat them.
I'd like to congratulate Drexel for getting back to the tournament for the first time since I think the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, but you're gonna get waxed.
You're gonna go through Illinois.
You're playing the hottest team in the country.
Yeah, they are. I agree with him. I agree.
Next up, number 8 Loyola Chicago versus number 9 Georgia Tech.
This one was, we had breaking news today on this one.
Yes.
While we were recording the first half of our podcast.
Yep.
This one was kind of a toss-up to me at first, but then I looked at it more, and this is before I found out the news today that the ACC Player of the Year that plays for Georgia Tech is going to be out for the game. I think COVID reasons, what it was. So, I mean, I was taking Loyola Chicago before this because they, once again, another team that's loved by metrics. They were a top 10 net team all year.
Yeah.
Krutwig, their center, the freshman, the kid that played against Michigan in the Final Four a couple of years ago.
Yep.
He's their go-to guy now. They have really good guard play. They have a really good coach. I like Loyola Chicago a lot.
If they beat Georgia Tech, could they? Oh, sorry,
No.
Jay, who do you have?
I've got Loyola.
Okay, if they
If
beat
Georgia
Illinois?
Tech,
No.
no. They can give Illinois a game. They can't.
They won't beat them.
No, I don't think Krutwig can shut down Kofi Coburn enough to beat them. Plus, I don't think they have enough to guard all of the guards that
Illinois has.
Ayo Dosunmu is a different animal. Like,
Except when he plays state.
yeah, true.
Then he ain't bad. He ain't nothing.
He ain't bad. He ain't nothing. He just gets his face broken by Madi Sissoko.
All right, next game. Number 5, Tennessee versus number 12, Oregon State.
The ride ends for the Beavers. I'm taking the Volunteers.
You're right to stop there. Go Volunteers.
It's one of those things. It's like Georgetown. They've been terrible all year. Got hot for 3 days. Oregon State all year, not good, and then I got hot for 3 days.
Yep.
Give me the Volunteers.
All right. Next up, number 4, Oklahoma State versus number 13, Liberty. Now, I am extremely high on Oklahoma State.
Love Cade Cunningham.
Love Cade Cunningham. They've been on fire to end the season. They're probably my favorite team in the Big 12 because fuck Baylor. So obviously, give me Oklahoma State.
I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they beat Baylor, but
I'm not going to argue this, but yeah, go Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Okay. This is one too where I've seen people like, "Ooh, Liberty."
No.
Shut up.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
No.
Cade Cunningham is just nuts.
Cade Cunningham's insane.
Caleb Boone, not a bad player himself.
Who's the other kid who scored like 30 the game Cunningham was out? It wasn't Boone. They had another guy score 30 when Cunningham was out, and they beat West Virginia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oklahoma State. Liberty, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know why people even think Liberty's going to win that game.
What's our next one?
Number 6, San Diego State versus number 11, Syracuse.
This one
How did San Diego State fall to a 6 seed? They were like a 2 seed 2 weeks ago.
The conference they play in. They lost. I think they lost 2 games down the stretch. This one is interesting just because it's Syracuse, I guess, and it's Boeheim, and he's done this before.
And it's their weird defense.
Yeah, their weird defense. And I guess Buddy Boeheim, Jim Boeheim's son, can get hot and put up points.
Dude, he scores like almost 30.
Oh, no, he'll drop like 26 or 30 a night if he gets hot.
Stupid.
So, it's just, I mean, I'm taking San Diego State. Their like entire starting lineup is all seniors. They're very experienced. They've all been to the tournament. They're very talented. I'm taking SD State.
Yes, Sam. I'm taking San Diego State. Easy.
All right. Next
crazy.
up, number 3, West Virginia versus number 14, Morehead State.
I would like to say I'm really pissed off at Morehead State because it's their fault Belmont didn't get in.
Oof.
Belmont, one of the most fun teams to watch for me this year. Very sound basketball, shot the ball well, pretty athletic, have good big guys, and didn't get in because Morehead State had to ruin their dreams. But West Virginia
goes far too in my brackets. I think West Virginia goes far, but West Virginia wins this.
They don't go far for me, but they do make it past this round. All right. Next up, number 7, Clemson versus number 10, Rutgers.
Give me the Scarlet Knights.
Give me the Rockies. The Rutgers
I was thinking
go.
Rutgers too.
Yeah.
I think Steve Peichel is one of the best coaches in the Big Ten. He's probably one of the up-and-coming guys in the country. He took a program in Rutgers that's been booty cheeks for a long time and got him to the tournament.
The Trashka type.
Yes. Clemson's another ACC team.
Clemson's inconsistent.
They have talent, but wildly inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like
you get a good team, you get a bad team.
Like
that's the ACC.
They got hot for a while and they were playing good. And I remember I put them in a parlay, and then Duke was off of like a 4-game losing streak and beat them.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You got to get your crap together.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, no, I like Rutgers.
All right. Last game of the first round is a walkover. Number 2, Houston versus number 15, Cleveland State.
Cleveland State's well coached, but Houston's way too good.
Houston's hot. Yeah, they're a good team.
Led by former Kansas player Quentin Grimes.
Mm-hmm. we'll see you next time.
Real quick though.
even talking into my mic.
Yeah, no,
we were done.
no, I didn't say goodbye yet.
All right, so before we wrap up, we covered the first round in this week's March Madness podcast.
Yep.
We'll get into the second round matchups after they are set.
Correct.
Because that's just silly if we go way too far ahead.
No, we won't, because the second round games are Sunday, Monday.
Wait, are they?
Well, I mean, we could still.
I think so.
Oh,
Should we do second round or round of 32 real quick?
All right, real quick.
probably.
We'll speed run it.
Yeah, like we did in the
Did it
NFL.
not save? Why did the fuck did it not save? It should have saved my picks. Fuck.
All right, so in the round of 32 games, I'll start real quick. Who'd you guys take in the Missouri Oklahoma game? Missouri.
Yeah.
So it'd be Gonzaga, Missouri. Who you got?
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's too good. I agree.
Gonzaga.
Second round game.
Two of us had USC.
So you guys have UCSB versus Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys got?
I think I took Ohio.
I think I took. I would take Ohio.
In your game, I would take Ohio. I have Creighton beat Ohio. I'll take Creighton.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, USC Kansas.
Kansas.
This is a toss up for me. My bracket right now, I have Kansas, but it could go both ways.
I had Kansas, but like you said, I think USC could cause a problem.
Oregon, Iowa.
Iowa.
Oh yeah, Iowa.
Michigan, LSU.
Michigan. Although I got St. Bonnie.
Michigan, St. Bonnie.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
No Bonnies over Michigan.
Nope.
Damn.
Spencer, I've got Michigan winning it all.
Yes, you do. Colorado, Florida State.
Colorado.
Florida State. I got Florida State and Michigan playing.
I took Florida State based upon coaching and experience.
Same.
BYU, Texas.
BYU.
Texas. Bama versus the Terps of Maryland.
BYU. I had what's name?
Wait, what is it against Maryland?
Maryland, Bama.
And I had what's name beating Maryland's, but UConn beating Maryland, but I have Bama winning that game.
So you have who beaten Maryland?
I had UConn.
You got Bama beating UConn.
Correct.
Gotcha. Baylor, Wisconsin.
Baylor.
Or Baylor, UNC.
Baylor, yeah.
Yep.
I had UNC, but Baylor.
And then who'd you guys have for playing Purdue?
What was the game?
It was either Winthrop or Nova.
I had Nova. So I had Nova. I had Nova getting to the Sweet 16.
Brother. So you'd have Nova beating Purdue. I have Purdue beating Winthrop.
I have Purdue beating Winthrop.
Okay. Texas Tech, Arkansas.
Texas Tech, Arkansas.
Oh, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I took Texas Tech as well. That defense is going to stifle that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia Tech, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
And Illinois, Loyola, Chicago.
Illinois.
Battle of the Illinois teams.
Illinois. Much as I hate Illinois.
Same.
Loyola, Chicago makes it a game, but Illinois. Tennessee, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
I think it's going to be a good game because Tennessee plays great defense, but Oklahoma State's got Cade Cunningham, so equalizer. San Diego State, West Virginia.
San Diego
West
State.
West Virginia,
Mountain Mama.
I think I've got San Diego State.
Do you have San Diego State over West Virginia?
I think so.
I like the experience and I like the maturity, but I think West Virginia's a little too talented.
Yep.
Ran Butgers versus Houston.
Houston.
Houston as well. And that'll run us through the round of 32.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the speed run, but if you don't like it, you can kiss my butt.
Or give us more money.
Give us monies.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Enjoy your basketball. Enjoy basketball this weekend.
Yes,
Best time of the
enjoy
year.
this weekend.
Yes, best time of the year. Watch football. Watch basketball during work hours. Who cares? Who cares? Your boss will be okay with it.
Mine won't be. But
Mine won't be, but hey,
Mine
she gonna
kind of
get
has
over
to
it.
be just because I kind of do my own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so see you guys next time. We love ya. Peace out.
Deuces.
Hey, look, Kansas.